Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peterisms, where I tell stories of my life and just little things I've learned as I've grown into the person that I am today. And today is a meditation day. I need some meditation in my life today. I really could use it. So I went in there. I'd already read the Codependent No More, Language of Letting Go meditation book this morning when I got up. So I went and I got Forgiving and Moving On, Daily Affirmations for Forgiving and Moving On, Powerful Inspiration for Personal Change. And I opened it today, October 5th, and it says, Facing Inner Hell. And I thought, well, let's read this, and I haven't read any of it, so I don't know anything that it's going to say, but I thought, well, let's see what it has to say about that. Facing Inner Hell, October 5th. Today I will not avoid an inner hell in order to live constantly in heaven. When I refuse my deepest fears and nightmares, I keep the best of my inner life at bay as well. The demons that I fear the most gain life while I hold them in the darkness within me. When I face them fully and bring them into the light, they shrivel up and die. Part of my psychic and spiritual growth lies in my willingness to know all that is outside and all that is within. Running from any part of me creates distance from my soul. If I wish to walk a spiritual path and come closer to myself, I need to face all that is there. There is nothing ugly about me if I hold it in the light of compassion, love, and forgiveness. No hell on earth or within me is more powerful ultimately than love. I will face fully what is inside of me. Bhagavad Gita. Hell has 3 gates: lust, anger, and greed. That was a really good meditation for me today. You know, there's some days that, like, this line right here, hold on a second, Boo Radley is dying to be up in this video. He's being very much a daddy's boy today, aren't you? He said, yeah, Dad, I love just hanging out with you at home. Now, you know he's going to go over here and then he's going to jump to the ottoman. But I love this line in here where it says, there is nothing ugly about me if I hold it in the light of compassion, love, and forgiveness. I think there are some days that... and I don't know, probably a lot of you out there feel the same way. There are a lot of days that I need to tell myself good things about myself more than others, you know? And one of the things that, you know, I pray for on a daily basis to my higher power is to look at the world through a light of positivity. This is like what I've really been focusing on lately, is to look at the world through a light of positivity and to, you know, be compassionate to myself as well as those around me. Sometimes I think we forget to be compassionate to ourselves. I talk a lot on here about taking care of ourselves and doing the best that we can to take care of ourselves, because if we don't take care of ourselves, we're not good for anybody else. And that doesn't just mean like getting a good night's sleep or, you know, like going and doing this or going and doing that or hanging out with friends or taking a bath or whatever. It also means in building yourself up and doing the affirmations, and those are what the affirmations are for me on a, you know, regular basis. That those things that I know are true about myself, like I am a good friend to my friend Tanya, I am a good husband, you know, I am a good son to my dad and my stepmom, and to say those things about myself, there he goes, to say those things about myself, reassure the positive within me. We allow, I think at times, or I even allow, so much negativity to come into us, not just from others or other sources, but, you know, or memories from the past, but also just our own head telling us negative things about ourselves. And that's really a hard place to be sometimes, because if we're constantly focused on all of these negative thoughts, it's hard for the positive to find any place in all of that. And so, you know, for me on a daily basis, it's really seeking out the positive. It's really about trying to find the positive within myself, because it all starts with me and ends with me at the end of the day, you know? It's like, I've told this story on here before, like I think we get, you know, very kind of ate up with things of the world, if that makes sense. You know, how we feel about a TV show or a movie, or something that happens, you know, that's like really outside of our grasp, or even things that happens within like a family or a friend group, you know, we get very consumed with it. And, you know, I've talked a lot about my mom's passing, and the thing is that when I was standing over her at the end, and I've told this exact story before, but when I was standing over her at the end after she had passed away, you know, they had given me a moment in the room by myself, and I looked down at her, and I thought a lot about my mom in the last few weeks. You know, I thought a lot about, like, I don't know, just, Pee-Pee's over here yawning. You know, I've just thought a lot about her. And I remember standing over her that night, you know, and touching her hand and thinking to myself, you know, just like Charlotte's Web, we are born, we live, we die, and what we put in the middle of it is ours. And I have to remember that, because that is the fragility of life. Like, that is really what is important about life. The rest of it is just all superficial. It really is. And I'm not above that. Like, I play into that superficiality all the time. But a lot of the superficiality that I allow to affect my life is negative, not positive. And I think for all of us, we do that, right? And so for me, it's a daily chore to focus on the positive, to find the positive, you know, in my surroundings, in the people around me, but also in myself, because I have to be, you know, positive driven within myself. You know, so when I read this, and it says in here, this one line that I love, there is nothing ugly about me if I hold it in the light of compassion, love, and forgiveness. It's like when you look at yourself and you look at those negative things that you say, you know, and for me, it's about looking at those things and then forgiving myself for them, being compassionate, learning from those things, you know, reminding myself, I'm just a human being, you know, doing the best that I can on a daily basis. And I think that that's like, you know, really a good reminder from this meditation is that on a daily basis, you know, I'm just given a daily reprieve from addiction to be the best human being that I can be. I'm not always that person. You're not always that person. None of us are, right? I have yet in my life, in my 46 years, to meet a perfect human being without flaw and without mistakes. And I don't claim to be that person, and I never will, even until I take my last breath. But when I look back on my mom's passing and I think about, you know, what she made of her life and the things that she also allowed to consume her at times, which was a lot of negativity. I mean, my mom argued with one of her neighbors for years in this neighborhood that I live in now, and she really let it get to her. And, you know, she would call me up and she would say, I just can't believe that she said this, and I just can't believe that she would say that. And to me, talking to her, it seemed very petty, but to her, it was very, very serious, you know? And all that time spent, and all of that time that she could have been doing something else that she loved to do, she spent on all of that negative energy. And I'm just not in a place where I can do that anymore in my life, you know? And so for me, it's about allowing the positive in and stopping the negativity in my own head. And I think that if I could give anybody any suggestions for what's helped me in the last couple weeks, really sitting down and, you know, balancing myself in the morning from a point of positivity, compassion, love, kindness, and tolerance, has really, really helped me, you know? It's really helped me to see that. And when I start faltering a little bit, thinking about myself, I stand back up and I go, but remember, you're human. And, you know, remember what the meditations told you. And, you know, when you were talking to your higher power and your affirmations. And so it's a good reminder for me, and that sets the mode for me throughout the day. So I think this is a really good meditation. I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.